Perhaps no driver in the field under more pressure today than Robby Gordon. This will be his last ride in the 31 car. Mike Skinner, the regular driver, will be back at Michigan. Now, Robby is a road course expert. He knows this is perhaps his best chance to win a Winston Cup race, and he does not have a full-time ride, but if he wins today, he knows that he will take a big step towards achieving that goal.
Mike Skinner's picked up one spot on the start.
That's Robby Gordon, you big dummy.
Mike Skinner, Robby Gordon, that's right.
He'll be back to Mike next week in Michigan.
Then I'll be correct. Just a week early.
Gordon in third, Jerry Nadeau in fourth, Rusty Wallace fifth. The yellow-nosed car is Ron Fellows in sixth. On with Rusty Wallace.
Well, and on the radio, Rusty has said nothing. I've asked Robin Pemberton twice now, is there anything wrong with the car? Both times he has said nothing. Lap times are not falling off. They're just losing spots on the racetrack. Maybe better drivers behind them, better cars right now, but the lap times really aren't falling off that much for Rusty Wallace.
And also, Marty reported to us earlier that Rusty's car was not the one that was leaking either. That was our initial inquiry as to whether what was popping up on Ron Fellows' camera lens was coming from the 2 car. It's Robby Gordon, the second place car. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Well, Alan, already wild things happening here at Watkins Glen. Rusty Wallace, the first victim. It gets wilder the longer we go. Remember the finish at Sonoma earlier this year? Tony Stewart won the race. Gordon's finished second and third. That was Jeff in third, and Robby Gordon finished second. Kevin Harvick finished 14th in that race, but he was a factor down the stretch. In fact, if you ask the Gordon that drives the 7 car, he might say at Sonoma, he was robbed.
Tony Stewart pulling away from Robby Gordon. Robby Gordon is spinning the tires. And Tony Stewart will win in the Save Mart Dodge 350.
Unfortunately, I guess Harvick was trying to make his lap up, and he tapped into me, got me sideways. 20 got by both of us. It's racing. What comes around goes around.
As we've already talked about, Robby Gordon is a driver on a mission. He is a relief driver in this race, subbing for Mike Skinner, who returns next week. What do you think it would mean to Robby Gordon to win here? Here's what he thinks it would mean.
I think it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot for Richard Childress. Obviously, it'll help my Winston Cup career, being a race winner. It is a road course, though, so, I think that's maybe expected a little bit, but, you still have to get to victory lane. You have to have good pit stops. You have to have good strategy, and I can't make any mistakes on the racetrack.
Robby Gordon currently second on the track. His best career finish is a second-place run. He wants to be number 1 at the Glen today. Let's go back to the action on the track.
I'll tell you what. Robby didn't get robbed. Whoop, looks like Joe went surfing there in the dirt. I don't think Robby got robbed. I think Robby lost that race for himself at Sears Point. He had the car, and I don't think he used his head. He should have let Harvick go earlier, and it would have been different. But I think here, he's learned from that mistake. He's very confident. I talked to him this morning. He wants this really bad. He's running the fastest car on the racetrack right now, so he's going to be tough today.
And Gordon running right now 1.8 seconds behind Dale Jarrett. You see Jarrett foreground and Gordon now background, and there's third place Ricky Rudd.
Welcome back to Watkins Glen. The first pit stops of the day. Leader Robby Gordon is in, as well as the man right behind him, Jerry Nadeau. Robby Gordon will take on 4 tires. No adjustments. The pit stops are a little bit earlier than we thought they would be. That's because of all the laps under caution and the 3 pace laps before the race. For Jerry Nadeau, they added 1 pound to both tires in the rear. They hope that loosens them up off. To Matt Yocum.
And Jeff Gordon is already down and away. The 6-time road course winner entered pit road in 4th. A slight air pressure adjustment. He was tight in and loose off.
And he gained a lot of ground on Robby Gordon, who had a lug nut pop off that left rear tire. They had to stop and pick it up.
I'm surprised that no one had a really good pit stop. Robby Gordon had about an 18-second pit stop. Jeff Gordon, the only guy that made up any time on him.
Don't forget, they're coming in different. This is a different way they're pitting, so it's kind of, they're not used to this. They don't do it this way every week.
It's backwards.
It's backwards to them. As a matter of fact, the 99 car, they changed the front and rear tire changer. The rear becomes the front becomes the rear.
Now you see the interval that Ricky Rudd, who's now the leader, has over Robby Gordon and Jeff Gordon. 45 seconds difference between them, and now here's Ricky Rudd on pit road for a stop.
Let's see how Ricky Rudd does versus Jeff Gordon and Robby Gordon. Who's going to get the lead? Is it going to be Ricky Rudd? Yes, it is.
But Robbie's got a lot of momentum going up through the S's here, so they're going to be all over each other.
On an oval track, we'd be worried about Rudd with low pressures, having to be careful the first lap. Is that a factor right now?
I think so. Robbie should be able to upbrake him. That's what he's doing right here.
So the loser on the exchange of stops for the moment is Jerry Nadeau, who was third. His teammate Jeff Gordon has taken that from him pending the completion of the stops, the cycle.
Robby Gordon can do Jeff Gordon just a little bit better. At lap 57, he can come in and stop for fuel to go the rest of the way. The car is very good right now on the track. Jeff Gordon just passed Robby Gordon. Robby said he's just messing with a 24. He wanted to see how good he was and where he was good so he could learn if he had to pass him later, where he could potentially pass him. Now, when they come down pit road, that could be a problem for Robby Gordon. He says his first gear is too high on pit road. He's going to need a push. It's not good on restarts. File that one away for later, and it's not good on pit road, but his first gear really helps him out on the racetrack.
File that one away. How about that move by Robby Gordon?
How about that? Robby Gordon by Nemechek and Jeff Gordon.
Jeff had overtaken Robby a couple of laps back in traffic.
Clear.
And I think that may be, the reason that may have happened is because Robby uses first gear down in turn one, and I always, the same deal. You can use second gear, the way the gearboxes are in these cars, a lot of guys just use second gear. Jeff Gordon's one of them. He normally runs second gear through turn one, but when you're in traffic, if you've got that first gear you can use, you can squirt by a guy like that, and that's what Robby just did.
35 miles an hour, the pit road speed limit today, and Jeff Gordon goes into the lead.
Copy that. Come on, way on down here, way on.
Marty?
Punch is working now. Punch is okay now. Punch is okay. Don't get ready to
And Alan, remember we told you about the first gear that Robby Gordon has in the car. The clutch, he says, is okay, but he's going to need a push when he leaves because they have a very high first gear in. They lost some time on the last pit stops. Let's go to Bill Weber.
It's 4 tires and fuel for Bobby Labonte. Fuel going in. He's on his way down pit road. Marty?
This time a much better pit stop going for Robby Gordon. They put the right side tires on now. A little late on the right front. And once again, they push him away. A little bit longer stop once again for Robby Gordon.
Dale Jarrett, Jerry Nadeau getting service, and let's see where Robby Gordon comes out in relation to the cars he was racing with before.
Coming off of one now.
Jeff Burton was by, Dale Jr. was by. But he's out ahead of Rudd.
And he talked about that high first gear, which tells me that's because Robby is using first gear in turn one. That's why you run it.
Marty?
Well, there's a fire inside the car of Robby Gordon's. He just radioed to the crew and said, there's a fire, there's a fire. He came down pit road. The crew had no idea what was happening. As you hear Robby on the radio trying to tell him what's going on, all they said was, I'm on fire, and the crew didn't know what was going on. He came down pit road, they saw the fire inside the car, tried to put it out, and Robby Gordon is out of the car now, sitting on the pit wall. See if we can talk to him. Robby, what happened inside the car?
I don't know, I left the pits, it caught on fire. I don't get it. Left pit lane, just caught on fire.
Any indication, is it any problems before that?
No, none at all. Big disappointment. Big disappointment.
As he said, a big disappointment. And that's an understatement. This team had high hopes. They really thought they had this race won, but obviously sitting in the pits, don't know what happened, but the car caught on fire inside of the Lowe's Chevrolet.
Man, oh man.
Now that's tough because Robby was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, and he was in a good position to win this race.
I mean, it really looked like it was going to be the Gordon boys battling out for the win, but here's Ricky Rudd trying to get by Jeff Gordon now.
Robby Gordon has been up front all day long. Just after making his final pit stop, his car catches on fire from the inside. He's down pit road. A chance to win his first Winston Cup event is gone.
Starting 7th today, Robby Gordon. 3 top 10s in the last 4 races. Got that first career win at New Hampshire in November. When it comes to road course racing, Robby is a hard guy to slow down. We're joined on the wagon by Robby Gordon. First of all, I'm glad you could make it up here. How's the foot?
The feet are okay. They're every day they get better. I'm walking better. I still have the left one taped up. I'm not able to tape the right one up due to having to work the throttle. But Kevin Hamlin, everybody on the Singular Wireless team, they lowered the brake pedal down, and I can get on it hard enough to get the thing lowered down. So I think we'll be in good shape today.
Okay, BP?
Last year the car was very, very good. Is this year's car as good?
I think this car might even be better than last year's car. In practice, it doesn't seem to slow down on the long runs. I think we were on our 10th or 11th lap, and we did a 12.90 there yesterday. So I think we're in good shape.
Well, Robby, we know you had a great car here a year ago. The telemetry box caught fire. You weren't able to finish the race. You had a car that could have won. You didn't get the trophy then, but all of us here at NBC want to present you with this pseudo trophy to remind you of a great race that you had here at Watkins Glen.
Well, this is pretty cool, but I have something that I want to present to you guys that I haven't given you yet.
Well, we've signed that too.
All right, cool. Well, thank you. The first thing here is going to be an invoice for last year's purse. I think we were 18 seconds ahead. $173,000. Bonus money from Lowe's, which was Richard Childress' sponsor, for $500,000. And then I've had some damages and suffering. I've had to see some psychiatrists and stuff to get over it. So, and interest for a year. You owe me 1.782.
Okay. All right.
Right here. Check it out. Zoom in really, really close.
Okay. Not too close because he's got to go to driver intros.
This number over here. This one. And also, on top of that, I want you to have a present. And this present is from last year, from your camera.
Oh. It was the telemetry box. Robby's on his way to driver intros. We'll be back. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
You got wheel hop there. And that was too much rear brake. If you heard that, that's what wheel hop is.
Tell him one more time what it sounded like. Oh, okay.